Hi, in this video, I'll show you how to create a dynamic scatter chart. So we're going to compare hours studying this. These are students, and we're going to compare the hours that a student studies versus their exam score. So we have our x-axis for our study hours and our y-axis for our exam score. And we have three groups of 16 students. Oh, let me move this over a little bit here. So we have our students here, and our first group, you can see, and we'll look at their comparison of the study hours exam. We can look at group 2 and look at group 3. So this is something where we can add some interactivity to a XY scatter chart. This is basically taken from this data, and I'll show you how to create something like this. I'll just copy this over. We've got our 16 students in each group. I'm going to copy group 1, group 2, and group 3. And put it into a new sheet. Control C to copy, paste values, and let's take exam study hours. I'll just make this new study hours and exam score. Let's give it some random numbers. Study hours between, let's say 1 to 6 equals random between. Select that. Our bottom value is going to be 1, the top value is going to be 6. Control Enter to enter that formula onto all the cells. Let's do the same thing for exam score. I'll just put random between, random between, double click that. Let's say we have random score between 50 and 99. Close parentheses, press Control Enter to stay in the cell. This time I'll just double click the fill handle to copy that formula down. Let's keep this static. So I'll select everything here, or I'll just select columns C and D, Control C to copy, and then paste values so I don't get those formulas there anymore. What I need to do now is insert a scatter chart. So now you may think that I need to select all my data here and then use it to input into the chart. So that's not the case. What I need to do is create a pivot table and kind of source the chart off the pivot table. So let's press escape to deselect that. So what I'm going to do first is turn this range of data into a table. I'm going to insert, go to table, or I can just press Control T, but since I'm already on that icon, I'll just select it. And my table does have headers. The first row is headers. Click OK. The reason I'm doing this is it also adds some dynamism to the table, because if I add or remove data, it will reflect in the pivot table a little bit better. So I'm also in this table. Go to Insert and Pivot Table, and let's put the pivot table in this particular worksheet. It's selected table 2, which is the name of this pivot table. My existing worksheet, I'll just pick a cell here, click OK. And what I want to do is put the group up as the filter, my students here, my study hours here, and my exam scores here. So this is kind of not misleading because it's summed up all of the groups, but that's something you just need to be aware of because we don't want to select all. We just want to select group 1, group 2, group 3. We only want to select one item. The caveat is when we introduce our slicers, we're just going to give the options, and when we communicate this, we're just going to select one group at a time for a comparison. So what I need to do now is I need to insert a scatter chart. Go to Insert and Charts and have a scatter chart here. Let's bring this over here. Now I need to put the data in there. Under Design, go to Select Data, add my series of data, and it's going to be my X and Y series. So this is my X and Y series. Series name, I'll just select this first one here. I'm going to change it later on. I don't really need to worry about it too much. Under Series X values, these are the X values. And for my Series Y values, remove that one. These are the Y values. Click OK. Click OK. And now we have our scatter chart. Make that a little bit bigger. And let's change the title because it automatically brought in the title because of the selection of the uh, series name. So this is study hours versus exam score, right? So how do we bring in that selection button? What we need to do is we want to bring a slicer in. So the slicer is going to be associated with the pivot table. Go under group, right click, add slicer. And let's put the slicer actually at the bottom here. Select that, or maybe I'll just put it here for now. Okay, so I can just click group 1. You can see I have study hours 5 and 57. You see my 5, and if I hover the fit, there's a 57. This one should be like a 70 something, 74, 5 and 74. Let's click on my group 2, and it looks kind of funny because what's happened is it's included the grand total in the XY axis category, right? It doesn't look right because we have a sum of 1137 and it takes it up all the way up to there. We don't need the grand totals, so let's get rid of those because it will reflect in the chart. So go into design, grand totals, off for row and columns. Let's also not have the subtotals so it reflects it a little bit better. So now when I go and select group 1, we've got our limits or our ends to our x and y axis a little bit better here. Select group 2, it does the same for that. We're up to, let's say we have a couple ones here, 1 to 71. That should be, let's see, that's 61. That should be the 71 here. And if we do group 3, we've got our other ones here. So how do we get the names of these over to the side? We just added a text box under home or under insert. Go to text box, draw it in here, and we're going to reference H2 here. So I'm going to type equals and click on that cell, press enter, and now you notice it shows up. So when I click on group 2 here, we see group 2, and group 1, we see group 1. Right? And so we also wanted to add labels to each of the axes. So click on my chart, click on the plus sign, my axis titles. I want my primary horizontal and my primary vertical. So now with that selected, and they gave us our axis title placeholders, double click that. Well, I guess I can just single click it and delete that. And what this is study hours, and the vertical axis is exam score, right? And so now we can do our selection for group 1, group 2, group 3, and as we change around, it gets dynamically regenerated to give us our scatter plot for our study hours versus exam score. So a nice thing also about this is that you can change it. Let's say, and it will reflect it. So let's say that I removed about 11 of the students from group 3, right? So let's remove that. Let's take that, Control C to copy, or maybe I can do Control X, and let's see what happens. And then Control V, I'll put it here. So they disappeared. Move the table range so it stops at row 42, and group 3 selected, right? Right click and refresh the pivot chart, and now you see that it's changed here. So I can also add some things here. So if I add, let's say I add 2 more group 2s, right click, insert, and then, well, let's just add 1 and just make a really wild number. Group 2, and this is student, I don't know, let's make him student 44. And his study hours, let's say he studied for like 11 hours, and his exam score was really bad. Even though he studied really great, his exam score was really bad, 20. All right, and so that's going to reflect there. And if I look at group 2, refresh this, right click, refresh, bring group 2 in here, we see a student 44. He studied for 11 hours. He's our outlier here, and he only got 20. One thing to keep in mind, if we've got all our information on one worksheet and we add and delete rows, the image here kind of gets distorted. So you can select that, Control 1, and for the image, we can look at the size and, or is it the properties? And we don't want it to move or size with the cells. So whenever you move the cells here, delete rows or insert rows, it's going to either shrink this chart or expand it. So we're going to say don't move and size it. So that's what happens. So just be aware of that resizing there. But this is the way that we can create a dynamic chart where we can select different attributes of the chart and just show something one at a time for our XY scatter chart. Just remember that if you unfilter it here, it shows everything. And this particular way that the pivot table shows up, it sums up all the values there. And so if you don't want to show that, of course, you have to select everything one by one. And that's just something to be aware. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.